solid white surface stretches endlessly across the frozen horizon. It looks like stable land, but it is constantly moving. This is definitely not the solid ground of the northern mainland. It is actually a thin sheet of frozen ocean water. Below is dark ocean water dropping to -2 degrees. A single wrong step means certain death in 3 minutes. Yet a pack of completely land animals is walking here. They are walking directly into the most dangerous shifting terrain. They have been walking on this cracking ice for days. The ice is starting to break apart right under them. The spring thaw begins now. This creates a massive physical problem for the wolf pack. They hate swimming in freezing water more than anything else. Why would they leave the solid ground for this danger? The answer is moving 30 miles ahead of their position. A massive herd of caribou is migrating towards Ellesmere Island. The wolves must follow their only food source across water. But how do you cross an ocean without swimming across? A 2-meter crack opens up in the ice surface. The alpha male stops right at the very broken edge. He does not look down into the dark freezing water. He lowers his head and breathes in the cold air. He is not smelling for prey or other living animals. He is smelling the actual physical thickness of the ice. Warmer water vapor escapes through the thinner weak ice spots. His nose detects temperature differences we cannot even begin feeling. He finds the safe path. He takes a long jump across the dark water gap. The landing is on a small piece of floating ice. It shifts under his weight, but he does not slip. Their paws have highly specialized rough pads for extreme friction. This prevents slipping on the polished surface of the ice. The rest of the pack lines up behind him immediately. They do not walk side by side across the surface. Each wolf steps exactly into the footprints of the leader. This ensures they only step where the ice is strong. The youngest pup is hesitating at the widening gap's edge. The gap is slowly widening as the ice sheets move. The water below is completely black and physically unforgiving now. The pup must make the jump right at this moment. If he waits 10 seconds, the gap becomes too wide. He gathers his remaining strength and leaps forward right away. His back legs hit the very edge of the ice. A piece of ice breaks off and falls into water. He scrambles up really fast. The freezing dark water almost pulled him down completely now. He will not get a second chance to survive today. The entire wolf pack is now completely stranded right here. They are trapped on a shifting island of frozen ice. The caribou herd is moving further away from them now. They must move fast. But moving fast on cracking ice is extremely dangerous today. The alpha male looks at the growing dark water gap. He starts running along the edge of the dangerous crack. He is searching for a narrower place to safely cross. The spring sun is melting the thick ice very quickly. Every passing hour makes the ocean crossing much harder physically. The ice bridges collapse. A massive block of thick ice flips over right ahead. The loud crashing sound echoes across the freezing dark ocean. The wolves stop and watch the physical destruction unfold quickly. This is the reality of hunting in the spring season. The land you walk on can literally disappear completely away. But this physical obstacle reveals an amazing evolutionary survival adaptation. These wolves have an incredibly complex physical spatial memory system. They remember the exact locations of permanent stable ice sheets. The alpha turns left. He leads the entire pack away from the caribou herd. This looks like a completely wrong physical hunting decision initially. but he knows exactly where a solid ice bridge remains. They run constantly for 3 continuous hours without stopping once. The extreme physical exhaustion starts to slow down the pups. But stopping means they will freeze on the cold ice. They finally reach a massive frozen ridge of thick ice. It safely connects 2 large pieces of the broken ocean. The bridge is narrow. They cross the frozen ridge slowly and very carefully now. The freezing wind is howling across the open ocean surface. They finally step onto the solid ground of Ellesmere Island. But the massive caribou herd is nowhere in sight today. The wolves have lost their only available primary food source. They must now track the large herd using only smell. The caribou leave behind a very distinct physical animal scent. The pack lowers their heads to the snowy white ground. The hunt begins again. They will run until they find the missing animal herd. A wolf pack can easily run 30 miles a day. They do not need high speed to catch their prey. They only need extreme physical endurance to keep following constantly. The frightened caribou cannot run away from them forever here. The wolf pack finally catches up to the massive caribou herd. They have successfully crossed the deadly breaking frozen ocean ice today. But the real physical survival challenge is just beginning now. The caribou are extremely defensive and highly alert to danger. The alpha male signals the pack to surround the herd. The trap is set. This requires perfect coordination from every single pack member here. One small mistake means a fatal kick from sharp hooves. A desperate caribou charges directly at the young wolf pup. The alpha male jumps forward to intercept the deadly attack. He bites down hard on the massive strong back leg. The entire pack swarms the struggling animal to the ground. The dangerous crossing paid off. They risked their lives on the melting ice for this. Because in the extreme Arctic you must risk everything constantly.